So I'm out with my dad and we're getting ready to host a party. So we're out buying booze. And he grabs a bottle of, I think it was Kendall Jackson or something. If you're not familiar with wine, it's a decent white wine. I think we grabbed their Chardonnay. It's not great. It's not like top of the line. It's not bottom of the barrel. It's decent. And I was talking afterwards with my dad about why he grabbed it. And he was talking about it's consistent, it's reliable, we know what we're getting. And I think he said something about like, yeah, I'm glad I saw that. Recognize the label, super recognizable, simple, very recognizable label. He was like, okay, great, I know that, I'm grabbing it. And I was like, yeah, that's the power of branding, right? Because I'm a marketer, so of course I went that direction. He was like, I mean, I don't think of this wine as being like terribly like a great wine, because he thought that branding is all about making it the best of the best. And it's not, right? Because it can be decent. How many other decent wines were in there that we have no idea if it's decent? We don't see them as much. We don't encounter the brand. We don't drink it as much. Maybe if we encounter something new and we really like it, there are various apps you can use to track what you're eating and drinking and what you really like. But for that kind of purchase where we don't want to spend a ton of money, we want something drinkable, but not top of the line, right? We're going to go with the known quantity. So my dad was like, well, I didn't buy it because it's, the best of the best. I didn't buy it because of the brand. I'm like, no, you did buy it because of the brand, not because it's the best of the best, but because you know what you're getting. And that is the power of a brand. When your branding is done right, and obviously with the wine, there's a certain amount of delivering on the promise, but every aspect of your branding has to be consistent. That logo, easily recognizable. We see it everywhere. We always see the same logo on the bottle. It's always there, and we always know what we're getting. And that has to be true for every aspect of your brand, your content, your images, your font, your website, your social media, your videos, your interactions with your customers. All of it has to be consistent. All of it has to be the same. And the reason this can cost you business if you're not careful, if you're not strategic and consistent with your branding, is because when there is a disconnect between what's on your social media versus what's on your website versus what people get when they actually talk to you, suddenly they don't know what to expect. They don't know what they're getting anymore. And they're kind of confused, like, I thought I was getting this and now I'm getting this, even if it's just a vibe, right? Even if the vibe is different, that can make them confused as far, well, maybe if I didn't really know what the vibe was, maybe I don't really know if they can provide the services or the product they say they're going to provide. So your branding can cost you money by confusing people. Confused prospects don't buy. Confused prospects are like, I don't know what to do. And if I don't know what to do, not do our brains generally tend to go with not doing anything is safer than doing something that could potentially be the wrong thing. It could potentially lose us money, put us in danger, right? The lizard brain is always going to go straight to, oh no, we'll be in danger. We'll go to a new place. We don't know what we're doing. Scary, run away. Or scary, freeze and see what the situation turns out to be. But we're not necessarily going to dive headfirst into something new. We all know people who do occasionally do that, but that is the minority rather than the majority of the population. So that is my tip for you: is zero in on your brand and get really, really specific, and then be super consistent about what it is you're providing, what you're doing, how you're communicating it, where you're communicating, when you're communicating it, right? This goes back to your posting has to be consistent on social media, in your newsletter, on your website. If you're posting on there, post consistently. That's it. That is my branding tip for you today, as well as marketing tip. If you have any other questions, if you need help coming up with that brand, really zeroing in on how to define what it is that you're doing and who you're doing it for and the language you want to use when you're doing it, please reach out. You can leave a comment here on this video. You can also reach me. You can go over to my website, AV as in my initials, Allison Verhalen. That is avwritingservices.com for more juicy tips like this. And you can reach me directly at info@avwritingservices.com. That's it. Have a great week and happy branding, everyone.